Hello my friends, Bob Lee here today. I am going to start part 2 of my computer desk. Well, I started out by putting the sides and the back together with some pocket holes, and I put plenty of clamps on to make sure it stayed all nice and square. I got the box put together for where the drawers are going to go into the desk. Adding some bracing and stripping around everything so that I have something to nail into, screw into, however I'm going to attach the top and the bottom and the legs and everything that I want to put on. Something little I wanted to show people. I had to add on to the bottom and a little bit to the top. And the reason for that is my son would like it a little bit taller than what I had allowed my sides. So I had to add some pine on down at the bottom and at the top. And here, let me show you what I had to do to hide the pine that I added to the top and bottom of the unit. This side is done, and you can see I put little making it look like a recessed panel, but I used 1/4-inch pieces in the centers, and then I used 3/4 on the edges because I was going for this kind of a design anyway. So I was able to add on a couple of inches to the height of the desk and conceal it with wood cherry trim, and it just looks like it's part of the desk. Well, I've got all the trim on the unit. It's pretty well complete. I am figuring out how to do the drawers next. The bottom of my drawers down to 11.5 inches wide by 17 inches long. And this particular drawer is going to have 10-inch sides on it. And I'm building these drawers kind of in the style of a John Hines version. And I'll show you what I mean by that as I go along. Okay, I've got the drawer assembled, the first drawer. And what I did was I used a piece of 3/4 cherry plywood for its bottom. And I used hardwood for its sides. But I'm also using up what little bit of cherry plywood I have left now for the false front, or the box front, and I used a piece of birch plywood for the back. The insides of the drawers are all just glued. There's no brads or anything in there right now, but I am going to sink some dowel rods in from the sides and along the bottom so nothing comes apart on me. This is a little tool that I made up. I got the idea from David Petruto on Make Something. This is a little doweling jig that allows me to go in on the ends of things. And you can see that it's got a center line that's scribed right where the hole is, down through the hardwood. That's a piece of walnut there. And I'm using that to be able to lay out these holes on this edge, because I can literally put this on the edge like that and drill within that 3/4 inch thickness, because I've set up this little block at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm laying out marks for the center lines of my dowel rods that I'm putting in through the ends of my drawer here. So I'm using a 3/8 dowel rod, which is literally going in the center of this 3/4 plywood. Put a little glue in, kind of lube up the dowel rod. And I'll drive these down in. Now what I did to that dowel rod was I kind of shaved down one side of it so that the glue would come up out so that I could drive it down in. Now what I'm going to do now is I'll be able to sand these down. Okay, you can see that I've got them all sanded down. I've got a nice little pattern of about 7 pins going on, and it has reinforced my drawer so that it won't come apart. See, none of the pins came through anywhere on the inside because that little jig allows me to drill down through the center of a 3/4 board. I went ahead and installed the bottom drawer that I had just finished building, got it into the drawer box, so that's all finished. Well, thanks for watching. Have a great evening.